Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Isaiah, and the topic today is on meditation. So let's get this slideshow started. And this presentation is heavily inspired by my mentor, Nelson Castell. He owns the channel called Cave of Mystery. It's a great group. I highly recommend it. So let's get on with the presentation. So the purpose of meditation, number one, filling yourself with thoughts and new programming in order to transfigure yourself, to transfigure your body, your soul, and your spirit, to manifest different elements in your life. We'll talk a lot about that. So the second purpose of meditation is to empty yourself, becoming an empty vessel, which is releasing trauma, stored up baggage. But you are what you eat. Just like the people you spend time with, if you spend time with a lot of Jamaican friends, for example, you will start wearing a lot more red, green, and yellow. You might start smoking a little bit of weed, depending on, if you are the influence or if you are heavily influenced. No matter what you are influenced by, and no matter what exchange you have with other people, you are always rubbing off with one another. Yeah, the people you hang out with will change you, but especially your thoughts. Your thoughts can change you as well, especially when you are meditating on specific thoughts to change your subconscious mind. The soul is like the body. So, for example, the body needs food for energy, exercise to stay mobile and strong, and the body also needs rest and sleep for a host of many reasons, to get rid of different fluids in your brain, to prevent dementia, just so many reasons. So the soul needs also a good diet. And what does the soul eat? Well, I don't know why I brought this up, but Peter Pan, what makes you fly? Fairy dust and happy thoughts. Happy thoughts can certainly make you fly in many different ways. If you think good thoughts and meditate on those thoughts, it'll change your outward reality. Your inward reality needs to change in order for the outward reality to actually manifest. And I love Joe Dispenza. He's a huge inspiration for me. I love his meditation videos. If your thoughts can make you sick, this is what he says. If your thoughts can make you sick, then your thoughts can heal you too. And yeah, he has staked his career on this. If you want to manifest, for example, more love in your life or gratitude or whatever, you first need to change your internal thoughts. Before an action is a thought. I also love a man named Justin Paul Abraham. He has amazing teachings on meditation. And I love when he talks about enjoying bliss. Think about bliss and what that literally looks like in your life. If you meditate on that, if you think about how you can be in a state of happiness, joy, peace, bliss, gratitude, think about what that feels like, what people will say to you in your mind. Use your imagination. Using your imagination is key. But your body will experience the benefits of that input, and it will actually change the health that your body desperately needs. And Joe Dispenza talks a lot about that, so check out his channel if you don't believe me. So, divine healing, thoughts that you need. By intentionally meditating on certain things, it'll blow open the doors to certain realms and functions like healing. So we're going to talk a little bit about healing. To operate like Christ Yeshua did in the Bible, we need to saturate our mind by researching a bunch of his healings. Just check out a lot of the scriptures where he's healing the blind man. He's spitting in the dirt. He's putting the mud in the guy's eyes. The guy's healed. For example, there's so many examples of him healing people, of him. Well, this is amazing. Like the woman who was bleeding for many years of her life, she had the thought, if only I just touch the hem of his garment. So before her healing happened, she had that thought, that idea came, and she put it into action. So Find the verses of Christ healing people and put yourself in his shoes. Imagine if somebody has a broken arm and you're being like Christ, you're laying hands on him, or you're just saying, snap, just be healed. And then hear in your imagination, hear the bones coming back together. Look at his arm like changing color to a healthy color, like his skin. What is his reaction? Or what is their reaction? Did they smile? Did they jump for joy or cry? Did they scream? Did they run around the area like crazy, sharing about what just happened? And being specific, that's why I'm adding all of these specifications. That's huge. And yeah, use your imagination, because it will feed your mind and your soul those good thoughts. And those thoughts will begin to change your subconscious. Your subconscious mind is key. So throughout the day, you have like thousands of thoughts. And how many of them are positive? How many of them are negative? Your thoughts will actually impact whatever you attract. Trust me, you are a magnet, and you are attracting good things because of your thoughts and bad things because of your thoughts as well. And this has changed my outlook on life personally as a son of God. And when I think about those thoughts of healing people, when I see those sick people out on the streets or wherever, going grocery shopping, go shopping for whatever, because I've fed my soul a lot of moments where I'm witnessing to these people, I'm witnessing healings, it makes it possible, and it triggers something in my mind. This person can be healed. And not only that, but I can heal this person. So the more that you saturate your soul with healing, it can either lead to what I just said, make you believe you can heal them, or at least it will change you to the bare minimum and say, wow, this person can be healed. And you can think about any category, whether it's divine healing, healing people. You will become a master and an expert when you rehearse over and over again in your mind. Just like how, 10,000 hours to get really, really good at something like an instrument. I play drums, I play guitar, and I'm nowhere near 10,000 hours, but I hope to be someday to be a master or an expert at it. But your soul has the power to change your reality by changing your mind and even your body. For example, if your body needs physical healing, you can rehearse and feed your soul with thoughts of healing. You can say, I don't know, let's be really, really crazy and really supernatural. Let's say that you're 5'5" and you want to get up to, let's say, 5'7" or 5'8", or even taller. You can start feeding your soul with those thoughts, and you can say, man, I'm so happy that I grew like 3 inches. I am so happy that I grew 3 inches. Just keep saying that. And then imagine the next step is just after you make that decision, you will feed your thoughts and say, and imagine just all the people in your life who said, wow, like you used to be a lot shorter. You're so tall now. And then feel the emotions in them and then in you when the people in your imagination are just expressing how amazing it is that this happened to you. Or they might say, how did this happen? So just something else. Or for example, here's another good example. Let's say you have an ailment, you have some sort of like back pain. You can rehearse and feed your soul, feed your mind different thoughts of having no back pain. Imagine yourself, be specific about bending all the way down, touching your toes, getting back up, and just say something. Say something to emphasize the transformation. Say something to emphasize the joy, the change, the radical difference. I can go on and on about it, but there are gurus in the East who are healing masters. They meditate on wholeness in the body, soul, and spirit all the time. And when somebody comes to them who has an ailment, the master can help them because they believe that they are so powerful. And the soul is so powerful, but the spirit realm can take you farther. I'm going to be talking about that in different videos, about how sonship can really radically transform and heal your life. But right now we're talking about the soul and meditation. So the second aspect, we just talked about filling your mind with transformation. Now emptying your mind, mindlessness. Before you get scared of the phrase, empty your mind, at least hear me out. In the natural world, we take showers and baths. At least I do. I don't know about you. But when was the last time you cleaned your soul? People are still so immature in many areas of their life. You know, there are certain like 40-year-olds, 60-year-olds, 70-year-olds, they get just so immature about specific things when they're talking to people. Why is that? Because they had trauma early on beforehand. And some people are carrying trauma inside of their souls for like years, even decades. And all that baggage will slow you down. Just like the body needs showers or baths, whatever you're into, the soul also needs time to shower. And sometimes when you have certain conversations with people, and let's say that you get triggered because they bring up some kind of trauma, you know, that might cripple you. And it's so uncomfortable. It gets so unbearable. You might just shut down and kind of just be like a turtle. The soul receives information. That's the function of the soul. It receives it, it processes it, and it stores it. And to get rid of that bad information, the baggage, you have to enter a state of mindlessness. It's more effective, I would say, more so than mindfulness, where you are filling your soul with positive information for transformation. This is the flip side, mindlessness. You empty your mind. Okay, so to do this effectively, you have to be still. This is part of entering a state during meditation of mindlessness. So when you can finally just chill, just stop what you're doing, because life can be so busy, just to get still, lower your brain waves from beta to alpha to theta. You can finally start processing. Your soul process what you've been feeding it for so long. And the benefit of doing this is entering a state of bliss. Imagine your baseline emotion. You know, some people have that resting face. It doesn't look so nice. Imagine if that face is always wanting to grin. And that can actually happen. So Psalm 46:10, be still and know that I am God. I love that verse. That verse is a gateway for both mindfulness and mindlessness, because the key is to be still. If you just leave it at that, you can choose to start filling your mind or emptying it once you are still. You can choose to feed your soul or not feed yourself anything. Just like physical fasting. You know, some of y'all are carrying like poop in your colon for a long time because you're not fasting. You're not allowing your body to just stop working on digestion. When you stop digesting food, your body and your digestive system will start to heal, to self-heal. And it will actually release lots of benefits, stem cells, anti-aging. Your cells will actually target cancer cells and use that as food. I recommend a nice 24-hour fast. Okay, mindfulness, the goal is to transform it into something. Can work with anything. Self-healing, bringing more love into your life, gratitude. This is my favorite type of meditation. Just thinking about whatever it is I want different in my life. If for some reason, if somebody is talking to me and every time they bring up a certain conversation, I get triggered, I can rehearse in my mind that conversation, but instead of what I want to say, or instead of what I usually say, I can program what I actually want to say. When I'm engaging God, I love to engage His light and His fire. and it will actually change you. It'll change you from the inside out. It'll change you spiritually, and then your soul, and then your body. It is absolutely amazing. It's very radical because your body will actually merge with the light of God. You are who you behold. And to recap, mindlessness, the benefits is to raise your baseline state and to be in a state of bliss because all the trauma is gone. When your soul is sifting through all the trauma, it will naturally just dissipate. Think of it like dropping a stone in a quiet body of water. There's a huge ripple, and the more stones you're dropping into the water, the more ripples there is. And a good example of this is for when I'm listening to music. I will hear a song in my head, and if it's super, super catchy, I'll be thinking over and over about it. And then when I want to actually sit down, get still, and pray to God and have a discussion with God, the song is going to be in the back of my mind during that conversation. Unless I just get still, just wait for like 5-10 minutes, depending on how catchy the song was, I can shut it off. And then the next time I go into prayer, the song is gone. It's amazing how just being still and what that can do for you. It's so important. It's highly underrated, but sometimes it's more effective than mindfulness, although mindfulness is my absolute favorite method of transformation. So when you combine mindfulness and mindlessness, with mindfulness, you can raise your baseline emotion, your frequency, by being more loving, having more joy, having more peace, having a sense of gratitude. And when you combine that with mindlessness, just to overall raise your resting frequency to being bliss, that's the baseline emotion. For you to feel that almost all the time when you stop visiting that place, it becomes your home. Just like when you visit heaven. That's a whole other conversation. But the more you visit that frequency, the more likely you are to stay. So guys, what do you want to hear more of? More videos? Comment below what you want me to talk about, whether it's more about hearing the voice of God, more about meditation, stuff about the Bible. I don't know. Whatever it is. Right now I'm kind of just throwing spaghetti against the wall. And it's pretty fun. I like spaghetti. So yeah, like, comment, and subscribe, and shalom in the home. See you next time.